That's like, it's quite an
And
advantage then.
yes,
Since
and
the both of them would lay eggs,
yes, but at
right?
different intervals. Yes.
At different intervals.
And people need to also understand there are things people need to also know that you can't have two different species in a pen. Yes, you can't. It needs to be of the same species. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I hope everybody's hearing. I hope they are understanding what he's saying, and I hope it's making some sense. Please just I don't know, the network is messing up today. I can hardly let me go through if I can still find the question. Okay, somebody said, what do you mean by viable and lucrative?
So what I mean by viable is that it has been proven. So this is how I break my. I'm an agri-business development consultant. So if it's not making money, it's not making sense. But another thing that we need to also understand is that we also don't need to jump. We advise in Advic farms that you have to start it small and grow it big. You know, start it small and understand. So what I mean by viable is that it has been proven out of every other part of livestock. You can easily raise snails. You know, if you keep proper hygiene, your snails might end up not dying. And the cost of you don't even incur cost of feeding compared to every other part of livestock that you have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
feed and every other thing. So for me, it's viable. And by the time you are going to market to sell, you command nobody regulates price for snails. So you call any price, and like what is currently going on, I know the price of snails this moment. I also know the price of snail. We were selling at Advic, we were selling snails around February. Just one snails we are selling to the tune of around 1,500 naira. So you tell you that sometimes, so nobody determine your market. So that's what makes it viable. You know, it's like, let's just break it down. It's like fish farming. You know, most of those who are doing fish farming wait for market women to come and collect their fish from them, and they're shooting themselves in the leg because basically those market women determines the price. But for snails, it's different because you have a lot of channels to sell your snails to. People are looking for your snails. So it's not like you are begging people for it. So that's why it's viable and economical. Because of and what also makes it so economical is that because of the medicinal value. People are looking for it because of the uniqueness about it, and also the kind of value it has to human body.
Thank you. I found another question. What is the growth duration for a big snail, in brackets, table size? What's the space requirement for a typical commercial snail farm of 50K to 100K? It's much. I think we should pick it. Can you see it on your screen? Let's
I
start first with,
can't.
okay, what is the growth rate of what is the growth duration for a big snail table size? Let's answer that first.
Okay, so I will break. People ask this. These are common questions. So I'll just break it down to when you want your ROI back. So basically, you might not need to raise your snails for the next 3 years. So if you are giving you breeders, so the way we break it down for you is that if you are giving you breeders and they are laying at 6-7 months, they should be laying eggs back for you. So and you start raising them. So the period of like a year, 8 months, you are disposing them off. But if you want bigger sizes, like I've seen snails in my farm that weigh as big as 800 grams. But the snail has been with me for like 4 years, 3 years. But the major reason why we keep the snail was with us is because we need it for exhibition. So it's not because we wanted to sell. So we have snails we sell. So it all depends on when you want your ROI back. If you give you breeders that once they lays eggs, at least in 8 months, in 7 months, they should be those ones should be laying eggs again. I mean the baby snails that turns,
So
because by that time it will be like
and
growers
dispose
or
those
breeders.
parents.
You understand? So they should be laying eggs now, and at that time you can dispose. You might not need to wait for that long, and that's what people don't understand. People wait so much to that so much that at the end of the day they end up not getting anything, because at the end of the day, their age has to also do with their reproduction. If you are with an aging snails, the possibility of them laying productively for them to prolific is very slim. So these are things you also need to understand when you are raising them. So it depends on how quick you want to ROI back. And you can sell snails at any given size.
Okay, thank you. Then the person said, what's the space requirement for a typical commercial snail farm of 50 to 100,000 snails per annum?
I still, when people ask that question a lot too, because people are just too eager to jump to farming without even, number one, you can't assume farming, you can't assume knowledge in farming. So I wouldn't even be telling you this requires space. But what I would just say to you is that if you are going to be doing that kind of commercial size, and I think the best bet for you might not, because that's a lot of money there. So the best bet for you might be semi-intensive, that has both free range and intensive. And you'll be looking like something like an acre. An acre because in that kind of system you can easily grow some vegetables that the things are going to be eating. But the question I'm still going to ask is that, do you have the requisite skills to manage that kind of investment? And do you even have the market?
Okay, he or she went further to say, what's the average cost of producing a snail?
So from our hand, so like I said, every of the things we feed them is free of charge, because I'm also into other part of farming. Moreover, I do call snail farmers lazy farmer. Any snail farmer that you see that is not adding anything to any, that is not doing any other part of any other things to support snail farming, I call those people are lazy farmers, and I'll tell you why. You must be growing some other things to substitute for their food. So for me, the cost per snail, just for one snails, at the end of sometimes when we do calculation, we end up not spending for one snails. If you have to look at the number, at least by the time we are disposing them, or sometimes if you are selling the snail for like 700, we end up spending like sometimes 400 naira. And I will tell you, we don't calculate we don't base our calculation based on per one. We base our calculation based on volume. Because the snails that we are feeding, with at least like 500 to 400 to 500 naira, will have given us more multiple snails that we can get our money from. So we don't even base our calculation based per head. We base them based on the volume of what we have. So at the end of the day, what we base our calculation is how much do we incur feeding them per month? How much do we incur feeding them, maintaining them? How much do we incur feeding like 10,000 snails? How much do we incur feeding like 1,000 snails? And we'll now divide it.
Thank you very much. I think that question has been well answered. So a lot of people still keep coming in. Welcome. The topic for today is snail farming as a viable business, and our guest speaker today is Mr. Aduragbemi fasakin. He's the CEO of Advic Farms, and my name is Sarah Olabisi. Thank you for joining us once again. Okay. Can we combine snail farming with other forms of farming? We're saying something related anyway.
Of course, yes. Of course, yes. So I started with snail farming far back 2009. I started with just 24 snails. I told you, like I said earlier, we lost those snails to Sojan before I now went to Songhai and to other. I think I went to Songhai, and also I acquired some knowledge back in Nigeria here before I started properly. So we started as a business 2015. Ever since that moment, we've grown because now we've diversified to other parts of life. Now we are doing grass cutter farming. Now we are doing some other part of crops. We are into rice farming. We are into plantain farming. We do some vegetables. We do some planting, some pineapples. So yeah, we do some yams too. So I never started with snail farming. Every of the money that we make from snail farming is what we use in diversifying to other parts of farming. So you can combine. You can easily combine. I will even say to you that if you are doing snail farming, at least it would be nice for you to get a bigger space. But at least by that time, you should be able to plant plantain. You should be able to plant pawpaw. If you are making use of other foreign hybrid pawpaw, you can be selling pawpaw while you're also feeding your snails, and also plant like sweet potato, plant like some veggies that you can also sell out and also feed your snails. By so doing, you are not spending money. If you even spend money, you just spend money on formulated feed. And these are some of the elements that we use in making this feed are very common in the environment that at the end of the day, you might end up not even spending money to buy them or to procure them.
So let me branch out from this same question. What do snails eat?
So snail eat virtually all human consumption except salt.
Okay.
So think of it because they are voracious with that. And a typical farmer will tell you that whenever they see those tiny snails in their farm, the damage, the kind of the wreck and the damage they cause in farms. You know, the way they consume it kind of voracious. They are voracious with that. So they eat everything we consume as human beings except salt. So when I was starting back then, we made some experiment that time. We gave them wine, like alcoholic wine, and they slept off. Like we are selected because another thing is that we place development, like R&D, don't play with it. So because I feel as an entrepreneur, anything can our major work is about we disrupt. We are disruptors. So and I thought we need to be on top of any of our games. So we need to keep researching, we need to keep coming up with innovations, technology, and the like. So I expected some snails about 10 of them. I would give them alcoholic drinks. They slept off. Like they weren't coming out, they weren't showing anything, but they didn't die off. They're taking beverages, but it's not milk.
So what will happen if they test snail or if they test salt or salty food?
They die off. They die off because we also use salt. Salt is part of what we use in processing them. So they die off.
Yeah, somebody is asking Dr. Dipo saying, why can't we have different species of snail on a farm?
No, of course. You can have them in the farm, but not in the same pen.
Okay. Why?
What I'm saying is that I'll break it down. The point is, there are some species, every snails are carrier of microorganism. But there are species like Fulica carries some microorganism that is kind of that is a bit sophisticated than that of Magnata. And what do I mean? Like they are all carrier of microorganisms, they are all hosts. But the way Fulica will activate when they are in your farm is kind of different than the way Magnata will activate. So their level of contagion, their level of transmission is kind of different. So Fulica spread faster than Magnata. That's one. Number two, once they are in your farm, they will not mate. And once you have too much of them, once you have too much of this species, like jointed together, they secrete excess slime. So it's like, okay, let me now break on that thing. Let me now make you understand something. This is a law in livestock farming. Say, for example, you wanted to procure your breeder stock. So you bought one from